Hello, this is Chad with Syncfusion, and today I'm talking about the Syncfusion chart control for JavaScript. And here is our React Charts product page. And I'm showing React just because it's kind of cool. Our chart controls are actually written in TypeScript, and they are built out for Angular, React, Vue, and they're built out for vanilla JavaScript as well. So if we look, come down a little bit, there's some information here about why you might want to choose our React charts. And I'm going to not talk about this, I'm going to go straight into our samples. This is our first sample page, the overview. You can see there's 3 charts here, they're interactive. And if you're curious about what this is built in, this is our dashboard layout control. And each of those things are actually panels in the dashboard layout. So just, if you're curious about that, it's kind of a cool thing. Dashboard layout's probably my second favorite control. Chart's pretty cool though. Now, we do line charts, just like you would expect. I do like the line zone, because we can, line changes color based upon the zone it is. Below 450 is red, below 500 is green, and then everything else is blue. And we set that up pretty easily here. It's actually just like this. We have an area chart, which does area chart stuff. You can let it be stacked if you want to make a whole page of stacked areas. We have bar charts if you want to put columns to arrange, something like this. And then a bar is just a column that goes sideways. We can even do a negative stack, something like this, where the values go negative. We do support bubble charts, so you can make these cool big bubbles based upon the data. Pies with various radii. Radiuses, radii. This is set up, it's kind of cool looking chart. It looks kind of like a seashell. And it is set up this way with simply putting an R value into the data. Let's see, we have a drill down built into it. So if I want to look at this data here and click on car, it gives me some data about the cars. And technically what we did was we simply took that event, grabbed that segment, pulled the data from it, created a new chart. That's actually a donut. Inside it we put this little image and a click event for it to take us back to the original. So drill down is just handling click events, really. You can do a multi-series chart. So each of these, so the chart is really a blank background, and the series defines what, the series data actually defines what shows up on it. The series type and the data for the series and any other parameters for that series is what you have there. Stock charts. And we have a whole separate type of chart called a stock chart that does all the stock stuff you may want to do. This is just something quick and easy. If you want something very simple, you don't want to get into all the big complications with the stock chart. You just want to show something simple. This is it right here. You can do the basic stock stuff. You want to show the momentum or the TMA. There you go. That's pretty stuff. The chart is really performant. We have polar or radar charts that do these kinds of things. And if that's important to you, then these are really cool charts. You can do data, lazy loading of data rather. This is available to you here. This means the chart will not go get data until I let go. Chart axes, we have a date-time axis. So this data here is actually date-time values. You don't have to do any conversions into integers or floats or anything like that. You just give the date-time value and then we will handle drawing on the screen. No problems there. You can put multiple axes across this. The y-axis is actually a collection, and you can put as many in there as you like. We're not going to make it as complicated as you want to make it. We're not going to stop you. The y-axis, there's only one. X-axis, there's only one x-axis. There has to be something in common between them. You can inverse it. You can do a strip line. Strip lines are these things here, the white and the gray. And I can turn them on, turn them off. You can define where they are and what they look like. You can put smart labels, which is actually kind of handy. For example, this item here, the label doesn't fit. So if I want to say at the interaction, I want to say let's rotate 45 degrees. Now we can see the data there. You can do sorting. You can put a data label template on top of this. So this is the data label. In this case, it's a little JavaScript template showing some custom cool thing that you want to put there. You do the same thing with the tooltip. So if I mouse over a point, I get a pretty little template. That's really cool. You can change the color mapping based on the range. So this is just a defined value, changing the color as you go through it. You can print this directly. You can export it to PDF or a couple different image formats. You can select your ranges. So for example, here we have a scatter chart, and if I just drag, I can select a particular range, and then I can pull these out. There's a selected items object where you can pull out exactly what's in there. You can do a crosshair, you can do a trackball. Trackball does this kind of trackball stuff. And we can do data editing. So be careful who you give this to. They can change the data. All right, that is a quick overview of our JavaScript chart control. Thank you very much for watching.